All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to our stream. I am the proud game master for these lovely people here, and I'm super excited to see how they handle being children and having superpowers at the same time. But to start us off, we are going to introduce these wonderful people one by one and let them tell you where you can find them on the internet, and then we'll go through a couple of announcements, and then we'll start up. And we're going to start with, since this person was talking when we transitioned in, we're going to start with Di.
Hi, I'm Di. You can find me here and hopefully still working on stuff with Gremlin Collective, getting back up and running. Check it out. New trailer just got released for stuff. But yeah, mostly I'm on Tumblr now because the internet is a fire. So yeah, and I'm Hannah, and she's anxious a lot.
Aren't we all? All right, next up, Sir Monolith.
Hey, I'm Sir Monolith. You can find me on the Twitters. Probably not doing anything right now, or Blue Sky. Also not doing anything, but mostly doing things here on Ree's channel. So just keep an eye out, and we'll see what kind of interesting stuff Ree gets me up to next.
All right, next up, Small Shadow Snack.
Hi, I am Ari. I am playing Rowan tonight, but you can find me here most of the time because I like to torment Ree. Also, definitely check out over at the Gremlin Collective because we did release a new trailer for stuff that'll be coming out in early November. And right now, if anybody's asking why I'm leaning, is because my cat is demanding cheek scratches, and I have to uh, obey the furry overlord.
That's true.
Indeed, indeed you do. Last but certainly not least, Kira.
Hi, I'm Kira858, and I'm playing Cameron. In terms of where you can find me, I usually save all of my announcements and social media handles to the end of the session. But that's me.
All right, and with that, it's time for us to go over a couple of things. First and foremost, this is a game there, and I have managed to speak with these lovely people about exactly what they're comfortable with. But if you find something that makes you uncomfortable, please feel free to mute us or to pause or do whatever you need to do to keep yourself comfortable, because ultimately we are here to tell a story and to enjoy ourselves, and you can't do that if you are not comfortable. Next up, we do have a brief announcement about about other places that you can find us, because there is a Vampire the Masquerade game going on where your storyteller is taking the role of a player over on McStabber Studios. So you're definitely going to check that out if you have the time every Friday night at 8 o'clock to discover what Kansas City is like. But now that all of our announcements have been taken care of, it is time for us to return to the Cleveland Zoo, as our young teenagers are dealing with what some would consider a crisis. They have just experienced something unknown and foreign to them. And as we return to our story, the flames that used to be made up of that used to be Rowan's wings have just started dying out. The light blues, yellows, and golds are fading into the light, and the sound of pandemonium have broken out all around you all. You hear people screaming, car alarms going off, the sounds of vehicle sirens in the distance. You all are, that feeling that took you that momentary excitement and freedom is just starting to fade. And I ask you all, what would you like to do?
So, last I remember, we were trying to move ourselves from the facility, or at least trying to return back to the cafeteria. Are we back inside now, or we're still outside?
Yeah, you are still outside.
Yeah, Cameron will look to the others and say, "Should we go back inside?"
Are you okay? How are you okay? start.
I don't know.
How close am I to the other ones? Can I hear any of these conversations?
Yes, you all are about 5 feet away from each other, give or take.
I look around at everyone and go, what? And sort of patting my own arms and looking at everyone like, you were you on fire? What happened?
Insert just panic noises.
Rowan kind of squeezes the water bottle a little bit.
I don't see any burns.
Oh,
Are
thank
you
goodness. Oh, thank goodness. That's my worst nightmare. That and bugs.
Beth?
Yeah, both are bad.
Hannah?
And they'll point towards where you came from, and specifically towards the sidewalk to show you the indentation of steps that you had when you were walking over towards our location.
I look over my shoulder at the indents. No, I mean no, I mean this was supposed to be like some sort of like mass hallucination or something like that. Like no, this wasn't supposed to be real.
I don't know. I've never seen anything like this before. Should we go back inside?
I look to Mindy and Rowan because they seem to have a better grip on the social aspects of things.
As you look over to Mindy and Rowan, you see 2 Mindys and a Rowan.
Rowan has forgotten her panic and is trying to poke the other Mindy, kind of like, what is this? It's
Although the
solid.
other Mindy is probably not wearing a whole lot. And the main Mindy doesn't really notice her right away.
Mindy, there is a more scantily clad version of you. Cameron, shut your eyes. Just kind of reaching back
As
to
we both
cover.
like, and you hear 2 voices as you ask, like as you say the name, go, huh? And then I look over and see the other Mindy. Ah! What? Where did you come from? Had a weird dream, but I didn't think it was real.
So that's not your twin that was coming from a swimming pool?
Is there a swimming pool around here?
We're
I have
at
a
the
twin?
zoo.
I guess one of the animal water holes. I don't think I have a twin. My mom never told me about it.
Does she talk?
As like the other Wendy looks over toward Cameron. Of course I talk. Are you silly?
Oh, sorry. Wow.
It's so cold out here.
If it's
As you all are discussing and coming to terms with what happened, you begin to hear police sirens approaching from one end, and you can catch out from the other end of the street the signs, the bright red top of a fire truck coming your way. Do you all wish to do anything before they arrive?
We should get back to everybody else. Let's go. Mindy, grab your new twin sister.
Is there anybody like injured nearby?
Looking around, you don't see anyone. There is still the remnants of the gas cloud is still fading, so it's a bit difficult to see outside of your immediate circle. So if you would like to, you can search around to see if you find anyone. There will be you will need to roll.
Sure, I can do that. I'm gonna search for both people and I don't know, some sort of like cloth or plastic-like object.
Sure. Roll. It's going to be a perception, but it's going to be based on your intelligence stat. So if you have any skill with or inability with perception,
I have intelligence 2 power shifts.
is that for? Let me see.
Or I guess I should say I have 2 points in intelligence power shifts. It says for
I will say that
defense and
I'll
all
have to say it.
knowledge, science, and crafting rolls. So probably
I
I don't
will
know if
say
this is
this
a
will-
defense roll.
I'll say this will count as a knowledge, so you can apply those. The difficulty here is going to be at a 4, with the 2 power shifts, so to bring it down to a 2. So you need to hit a 6 or better on the dice.
Okay, so 1d20, right? It's d20, not d10.
A d20.
Yeah, I was gonna say last time we had to roll like 15 or something. So yeah, that would make sense. They roll a d10. Hope you get a 15 or higher. Oh my god, nope.
You look around. As you look around, you find that the initial medical truck has toppled completely over and is still spilling a greenish liquid out. But as you search
Medical
around
truck?
for any, yes, it was it looked a bit like a if you've ever seen a Brinks truck, it looked a bit like that, but it had the Medicorp sign on it.
Oh, medical.
On the side.
Okay, I thought you said medical. I was like,
It was a Medicorp truck, and and you can see that it's still spilling a green liquid onto the ground. But as you look around for any sign of any fabric or tarp or anything like that, you don't see anything.
I should probably get away from that green stuff. That, as she looks over at Mindy number 2, can't be healthy. Come here, Mindy. I think I got something in my. Pulls out her backpack. I think I have some extra stuff. You know, for in case there was any accidents today at the park.
Can I look now?
Yeah, you can look.
As Mindy number 2 is like picking up some pants.
Okay. I don't want to be close to that green stuff anymore. But can I go back inside?
Yeah, we're gonna go. Look to the Mindys and Rowan. Which way?
This way. Let's go this way. Right back in through the gate.
All right. Are you all
All right.
trying to not be noticed by first responders as they appear?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Then this will be a speed defense roll. It's going to be stealth based, so if you have any skills related to stealth, you may apply them. And I will say it'll be a difficulty 3, so you need a 9 or better on the dice.
$18.
I don't know why. The Roll20 is like super slow with this cipher system rule set you put into it.
Oh, all right.
You got a 10.
Hold on. I rolled a 4, but before we get, hold on, because I have.
You should be trained. You have
I've got initiative.
training without armor, right?
Yes, I'm trained speed defense tasks.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, so that'll knock it down to a difficulty 2.
I'd have to spend a point though. It's an enabler, right?
No,
Even if you even with the thing, it would be a 6, and you only rolled a 4. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Then,
So nope.
then you would still fail. Did everybody else pass? All right. So
Okay, yeah.
as you all make your way back into the main office area, a small ambulance truck followed by another 2, and then what looks to be like a plain black and gray truck appears, and then coming from the opposite side you get a police officer in a police vehicle. And as they all kind of stop and they all begin to look around, one of the EMTs turns and catches sight of Hannah and goes, "Oh, come over here!" And you see they pull out the small.
your audio went away.
Okay. I thought that was. Sorry, that was me.
Am I back?
Yes.
All right, perfect. Okay, so as I was saying, this first responder comes out with a large kind of over the shoulder medical bag, and as they do a quick scan, they catch sight of Hannah as she's moving away, and she goes, "Oh dear, come over here. Are you able to move?" And you see her grab this bag and gesture to the other person with her, and they come jogging up towards you.
I immediately push away from Cameron and the rest of the group, trying to separate myself from them so hopefully they can get away. And maybe they can disappear and they don't try to find them since they've already found me. Uh,
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, yeah, I can move, I guess.
All right, and she just comes over and she does a quick pat down with the backs of her hands, and then she just kind of tells you to look this way, look that way, and after a moment or two, she kind of looks you over and goes, "Okay, you seem to be doing all right. Stay here. We're going to set this area up. Or do you know where the rest of where your family is, or?"
I'm with I'm with the school with the zoo trip. But I gotta get back there. I can't wait. Listen, today's been bad enough, right? I got into this thing. Can I go? Please.
Um,
I don't want to get any more trouble. Please let me go. I can't get in trouble. I can't get in trouble.
it's going to be better for you to just stay here. We're going to have everyone come over here. So just wait here for a moment. I'm going to see if I can find anyone else. But just sit tight. I'm going to bring over, and she turns her back towards you and begins to and you can see the other paramedics begin to set up basically a command center inside this building. What is Hannah doing while this is going on?
Freaking out and definitely having some thoughts under the anxiety panicking that if I don't get out before this thing is built, then I'm going to be stuck here for a very long time. Uh, so I definitely want to try to find some way out of this place, like sneak away when they have their back turned.
Okay, I will say it'll be another speed defense roll. I want to say the difficulty will be 4 this time.
Okay, so I need to roll 12, but the train without armor, that would drop it though to a
Down to 3.
down to 3. Okay, so I need to roll 9. 13.
All right. You wait until the paramedics begin to kind of lay out tarps, and you can see people and what looks to be like bright gray bodysuits appear. I would say Hannah's old enough to recognize what a hazmat suit looks like. And as they begin to kind of set themselves up, you take the opportunity when no one is looking at you to try to sneak out of what was clearly a glass window, but most of the glass has been broken in, and you're able to just kind of move through. And as you do so, you notice as the glass that would have cut you, it goes across your skin, the glass begins to break, and your skin feels fine. While this is happening, Rowan, Mindy, and Cameron, as you all are making your way out of the building, you do see that Hannah is left behind. Do you all do anything?
Cameron looks
Gotta
up.
go get Hannah.
Oh, so we're going back.
Did we see Hannah get grabbed by somebody, or?
No, you heard that one of the paramedics called out to her, and as she kind of turned to face them, I would say Cameron felt her kind of push you forward. And as you felt it, you could almost feel the force behind it was far more than you'd expect. It was almost as if she had put a lot of effort into what should have was just a kind of a brief wave of her hand across your back, but she did not seem to be in danger.
We should go see what's up with Hannah. Like we don't want to lose. We can't lose anybody.
Rowan, can we go?
Yeah. Let's go back and get Hannah. I'm pretty sure if we just explain that the teachers are going to be very, very mad if we don't bring her back.
Okay. I I will follow you. I don't know what's going on. Oh,
Yeah, I guess we tried to see if we could be able to locate where the group is.
Okay. So are you going to try to go back from the same direction you came from, or are you going to try and go back around to the front?
Who's leading the charge? Would it be Rowan or would it be Mindy?
I think it would be the Mindies.
Okay. Which route is Mindy heading towards?
What's that?
Which route is Mindy heading towards? The front or the side?
I feel like Mindy would probably just go straight in, like straight up the middle.
Okay. All right. Roll. So what this was going to happen as you approach, you can now see more paramedics have arrived. You can see a group of people in these kind of shiny gray hazmat suits have begun to kind of gather around the Medicorp truck. You can see some of them gathering what looks to be this green liquid inside of a canister. I will say, since you all are not trying to be hidden, you catch a couple of paramedics kind of catch sight of the three of you at the same time. One of which is kind of a larger, broad-shouldered man and what looks to be like a fire marshal's outfit. And as he kind of sees you all, he runs up to you. It says something into a walkie-talkie he has on his shoulder. And he looks at the three of you. Have you found, do you need, the three of you are going to need to stay here while we look for your parents?
Oh,
Where's our
no.
friend?
Yeah, we're with the zoo group. We were looking for one of our friends. Description of Hannah. She got separated from us. We just want to make sure she's okay. And the teachers are going to be mad if we're not all back together. And I don't know if you want to go explain to Mr. Jenkins.
We're setting up an emergency location center here, so you all will be able to find your friends and teachers and all that here. For now, though, we want to make sure the three of you are checked. The four of you, and he kind of looks at the two Mindys, and he goes, "Someone bring over a blanket," and you see
She's got something on. She has like a shirt and some pants on. She changed earlier because I had some spare clothes in my backpack.
Okay.
I feel like it makes sense that she would have some spare clothes in a backpack.
Yeah.
And he just kind of looks at the four of you and he goes, "All right, the four of you are going to come with me, and I will send a message out for who's your friend. What's her name? First and last name?"
Hannah. I don't know her last name. Just call her Hannah.
Oh, all right. We will keep an eye out for Hannah. Come with me. And you see as he passes a woman who's looking around a bit confused, and he goes, "All right, Sarah, come over here. Can you keep an eye out on these three? They say they're looking for a friend of theirs named Hannah. If she comes by, please keep them all together. We're going to need to deal with all of this." And she looks at you all and she goes,
What is this stuff anyway? It looks really weird. Like, toxic,
well,
is it?
It is certainly not toxic. There's nothing to worry about in that respect. First, just let me check you all out. And she begins to go through and checking each of you out. And after a moment or two, she goes, "Well, you seem to be doing all right. If you come over here, we have a table with crackers. What did your friend look like?"
Rowan reiterates the description of Hannah.
Oh. Okay. I think she ran off to find you all, so just stay here, and I will send a message out to find her and bring her back here. And you see that she kind of takes a step back, but clearly does not want to look away from the three of you, or the four of you. Is there anything that you all wish to do, or do you just stay tight, sit tight?
Cameron does two things. Cameron, one, uses his index finger to like touch Rowan on the wrist to see if she's still hot.
No.
Oh, that one. Hmm.
And then they kind of look at the ground to see if they can find further indentations on the sidewalk that Cameron has before. I'm not Cameron, that Hannah had before, to see if there's any trail that she may have left.
No, you look around and everything seems as you would expect it. There is some glass you can see is broken, but nothing screams Hannah to you.
Okay. With that, Cameron kind of looks up to Rowan and Mindy, and are the others still around? Are they still around, or are we by ourselves right now?
The paramedics and things are still kind of moving about around you, but outside of Sarah, who is keeping like one eye on you and keeping another eye on the rest of the scene, no one is directly interacting with you all.
Okay. Well, in that case, then I think Cameron would look up at Rowan and says,
Can I hold your hand?
Oh, yes, sure. Hold your hand down.
Okay.
and then they kind of grab it, and then they look around because they don't like this. Where is the rest of the individuals that were patrolling, the people with the signs? Like, are there like bodies on the ground, or does it look like the people who were protesting right away? Like, what happened to that large group of individuals that were in the facility?
From where you are, you don't see any bodies, or really any sign of people outside of the paramedics that have just arrived.
Where's the protesters?
Maybe they ran away.
All of
Maybe
them?
they're green goo now.
Oh.
Why would they be green goo?
I don't know. I mean, they say it's not toxic, but who knows? They're probably just trying to keep us calm.
Oh. Okay. Should we find like? Well, I guess we should wait for Hannah. I'm just worried. Or scared.
Yeah, I'm worried too. It's weird that she's not here. I don't think she ran off.
I heard somebody yelling at her. I think somebody took her to, like, I don't know. Maybe they thought she was injured or something.
I was trying to see if I could. I was trying to see if I could find the footsteps on the ground like before, but I don't see it anymore. And then you're not hot anymore, but then you still
Rude.
have two. Why is that rude?
I think
Did
I think Cameron's talking about temperature.
Ah, okay. Yeah, it's okay, Cameron. I just misunderstood.
Oh, okay. Sorry if I said something wrong.
Oh,
No,
no, you're fine.
You're
fine.
okay.
But you're still the same because you have. But you have. What's your name?
And they look towards the twin.
My name's Mindy, of course.
So you're Mindy. And you're Mindy. You're both Mindys.
And they both look at him. Duh.
Oh, this is like that family reunion back in '06 all over again.
You had two Rowans?
No, we have a cousin named Margaret and then another one named Megan, and they're like identical twins, and it always throws me off every time I see them. So
Why-
are you like have all of her memories, or
I mean, I don't know. Like, let me think. And then they like look at each other and start talking about like what was going on yesterday, and they basically finish each other's sentences.
oh,
Oh. Oh wow. What? I hope you like having a twin. That sounds fun, right? Or is it twin? If you have the same memories? I don't. Oh my. Oh,
I don't
I'm so
know. I don't
confused.
know what you call it.
a, a clone?
Sister? Sisters!
Okay. Well, if you guys are gonna be sisters, somebody has to change their name.
And they both point at each other.
The Spider-Man meme.
Can I call you Eminem like my T-shirt?
What's that mean? Like a candy?
Mm-hmm. See, and they'll hold up their T-shirt like these are M&Ms.
Interesting. Whatever floats your boat.
While this conversation is happening, Hannah, you managed to get out through the window, and as you are moving, you have circled towards the back of the building. And as you look around for your classmates and companions, you don't see them anywhere. And you start to look around, and you catch sight of people coming out. You see some people coming from behind trees and bushes, and you see families are calling out for their children. You can catch some of the other classes at your school beginning to reform. And as this is happening, you see a person, one of the protesters who's wearing a kind of a long hoodie that's kind of been put up to their face, and then they have what looks to be like a ski mask almost that's only covering the bottom of their face, and they come walking from the street that you all left, and you see they kind of stumble forward. And you look at them, and just as they kind of fall, their mask falls off, and you can see a green, almost green vein spreading across the bottom of their face. And then you see another person, this one a bit closer to you in the zoo as they come forward. This person looks to be like maybe in the early 40s, kind of a sleeveless shirt. And you can see along their arms are these almost green, almost neon green veins going up their hands and across the rest of their skin. And as they look towards you, you see them collapse and begin to gasp for air. What does Hannah do?
Hannah is absolutely going to sort of forget everything and just be overcome with the sensation of, I have to get away. I have to find Cameron. I have to get out of here. This is bad. Probably even deeper in her mind, she's thinking about like all the zombie movies she's ever seen and how this is absolutely is bad news. She's like, no, I gotta get out of here. Yeah, gotta go, gotta find Cameron, gotta get out of here. And I just turn and run back in the last direction that I saw them in.
Okay. As you turn to run towards the building, you don't pay attention to exactly where you're going. And as you turn, you hit almost face first into a tree. But instead of the expected response of you hitting this tree and being kind of forced back, you hear the wood of the tree splinter, and you can see it almost an imprint the size of your forehead is kind of pressed into the tree, and then the tree almost bobs forward away from you for a moment before you can step back, and you hear someone from behind you begin to scream. And I'm going to use a GM intrusion on you, Hannah. As you feel this panic inside you begin to surge, you hit this tree, and in the confusion, a burst of a golden white flame flies from the palm of your hand and into the tree and begins to spread around you. The first tree ignites, then the second and the third, and as you see this happen, there is a person that is either stuck under the tree or is unable to free themselves from between the tree and the wall of the building. And as this flame begins to approach, you can see him as well as the two other people begin to kind of desperately pull to try to get this person free.
Yeah, run over. Well, can I stop casting light? Can I turn it off?
Yes, there are no other flames. It was just a momentary burst.
Okay, I look down at my own hands shaking, and then I rush over to where they're trying to rescue the boy.
All right, you get over, and once you're here, you can see that the boy is his leg is caught between the stone of the building and the wood of the tree. And this tree looks to be like maybe large enough to kind of wrap your hands around. And as they try to pull themselves free, they kind of look up at you and they kind of go, "Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Help me!" And you see the other person with him begin to grab his arm, and they begin to try and pull, but you could see that they are not making any headway.
I run over, and after everything else weird that's just happened, why not try to pick up a tree? And so I'm going to say, I think I can help, and try to wrap my arm around the tree and move it.
All right. So this is going to be a might. I'm going to say it's a might. It's not going to be. It's not really an attack. It's just going to be a feat of strength. So if you have any abilities associated with that, or picking things up, or anything of that nature, they will apply. I will say picking up a tree is going to be difficulty 6.
Okay. Let's see. I do have physical skills where I am trained in any fit to. Oh no, and I picked. What did I pick? Oh no, I picked climbing and bouncing. Never mind. Sorry. I do have a might defense. I don't know if that would apply.
No, not in this.
And
not in
you
this
said
particular
3?
situation. It's difficulty 6, so you'll need an 18 or higher on the dice. You are able to spend a point. You are able to spend effort to make this process easier.
Just to clarify, Di, do you have like the power shift in strength by chance? Any power shifts in strength, or do you have like?
I think so.
Okay. I thought you had a power shift in strength for some reason.
No.
Or lifted throw. Do you have lifted throw?
No, okay. I didn't do that. Yeah, no. I rolled a 3. Because of course I rolled a 3.
Oh.
Yeah, absolutely.
As you reach forward, you begin pulling on the tree, but after a few moments, you realize you're not making any progress, and you can see the golden flame spreading and getting closer to this tree. It's about 2 trees away.
I look at the other 2 people. I say, I don't know how to help.
And they kind of look at you and they go, "Go find something that we can use to pry the tree back, or find a person from inside, or I don't know."
Yeah, more help. No. So they pry. There's too many choices. I don't know what to do. Feeling very overwhelmed. I think I'm just gonna run off in a direction, looking for the first thing I find that looks like it could be a help, whether that's a person or a tool. I don't even know how to help, so I'm just gonna run until I find something.
Okay. I will say if you give me an experience point, you can find what looks to be like a crowbar that has been used maybe to help pry open either metal boxes or things like that. And you can find it laying kind of on the ground next to what looks to be like an electrical power box.
Yeah, I'll give you the experience. Yeah.
Okay, you are able to find this simple kind of plastic and, well, it's a metal crowbar with like a plastic wrapped handle.
I run and I take it back. How does the kid look? How is he doing? Like, it's just
Outside of the panic, the flames, he doesn't seem to be in any immediate danger. The flames have now approached even closer, so now it's one tree away, and he doesn't seem to be hurt. You can see that he's just kind of pinned between the stone and the wood.
okay. I'm going to hand over the crowbar to one of the people. I found this. Maybe this can help.
He kind of looks at you and he goes, okay, all right, so we're going to, okay, I'm going to see if I can pull them out, and you put that closer to the base of the tree, and we're going to see if we can make some space.
Okay.
Right, I will say the crowbar is going to act as an asset, which is going to bring the difficulty down to 5. You may want to spend a bit of effort on this. It'll cost you 3 points, but it will then bring the difficulty down to 4.
Yeah. Yes, this would be 3 from might.
3 from might.
All right. Yes. It's 37. Okay. Oh, I rolled an 18.
Oh.
All right. Okay. So with an 18, you put this crowbar against the tree and you brace yourself and begin to pull. And as this anxiety, this fear, this chaotic jumble of emotions begin to spread inside you, you feel a calming presence wash over you. And for a moment, you aren't sure why you thought this was so difficult in the first place, and you hook the crowbar not against the tree, but you almost like a climber preparing to climb a stone wall. You will hook the crowbar into the tree itself, and as you begin to pull, the wood begins to splinter, and almost an entire chunk of the tree next to this person's leg breaks off and is peeled back almost like a can opener. And as you pull the wood away, the boy, for a moment, freaks out as the other person grabs hold and pulls him back. And he gets free just as the golden fire begins to set this tree aflame.
Okay, we gotta get out of here.
You see they kind of look at you and then back down at the tree and then at the crowbar, and roll me an intelligence check here. It's going to be based on persuasion or pleasant social interactions. This is going to be to how you're going to calm people down, and I'm going to say the difficulty here is going to be 4.
Okay, yeah, well, I rolled a 7 and I don't have anything social. So yeah.
You see they panic and look at you, and then you can see it's almost as if you can see their brains working to process what just happened. And instead of doing anything, they just kind of begin screaming and then just moving away from you, the tree and the flames and everything. And I will say the 3 of you, or I guess the 4 of you, Rowan, Cameron, and Mindy, you all can hear the screaming and the panic. You hear someone call out fire, and then you hear someone go, "Holy shit, she just ripped a tree apart." And then you hear the paramedics turn, and everyone begins to move. This area becomes a beehive of movement. What are the four of you doing?
Cameron has Rowan, holding Rowan's hand and says,
They rip a tree apart. If she create those, I think that's Hannah.
Let's go. Come on, Mindy, and I'm calling you Cindy. Come on, Cindy.
MC.
Exactly.
Wait,
MC.
MC Max Croft.
I will say, because of the chaos happening, you all will not need to roll to sneak away, as for the moment the attention is not on you all. And as you all kind of follow one of the many groups of people moving out of the building, you can see that a golden flame has engulfed 3 trees and has begun to spread to a 4th. You see Hannah is standing there with a crowbar in one hand, a chunk of tree connected to it, and then the tree she had been standing next to that is on fire begins to wobble a bit unsteadily, and you can see 2 people that have been close to her begin to kind of one crawl away and the other almost speed walk backwards away from her. And 2 of the paramedics kind of look around and go, "Get the truck!" And you see one of them runs towards the street where the fire truck is waiting, as the others begin to kind of create looks like a perimeter around this flame, these burning trees. What would the 4 of you like to do in this situation as you walk into this chaos?
Cameron will yell out to Hannah, like,
Hannah, over here.
Wait, don't.
Ta-da!
No, you don't. I don't think it's safe. I think it's gonna make us all really sick and hurt people. I mean, look at this.
Well, get away from it. Come on.
No, I think it is me.
Or it's the fact that you applied physics using a lever object and a tree that's already starting to burst into flames.
I mean,
Oh,
look,
I dropped the crowbar in the wood. No, the flames. I did the flames.
well, Rowan did the flames, and she's safe now too.
No flames. Let's go. Let's go meet back up with the class.
holding her
Okay.
hands.
I'm really sorry if I light any of you guys on fire. And I grab Cameron's hand and run off with everyone else.
Mindy's just look over like, what is she talking about? Fire. And the
All
tree's
right,
on fire.
You are able to grab their hand and no one catches on fire. As you all begin to kind of get yourselves away from this situation, where are you all trying to go?
Back to the class.
Yeah.
All right.
Get
So
out
you
of
all
this place.
begin to head deeper into the zoo, and as you do, you all begin to see people are moving about. Some of them are falling over sick, and you all can see that a lot of them have these green veins either going across their bodies or across their faces. Some of which are trying to get closer to the paramedics. Others have completely fallen over into the grass or wherever they stood. You see some of your classes have begun to reform, though most of the teachers seem to be absent. What do you all do?
So scary.
Yeah. No, it is here. Just don't look, okay?
Okay.
Is everybody okay? Hannah, are you okay?
I lit a forest on fire and almost killed a person, but no, I'm fine. This is fine. We'll
Who hasn't?
worry about it later.
It seems like all of us are a bit. Well, I'm not different, but all 3 of you are different. Rowan, you were on fire. Mindy now has a twin. And now, Hannah, you're on fire, or could go on fire. And you step on the ground and create holes. So I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that
I haven't processed that yet either. What about you?
uh, it felt weird. I grabbed something and then it went squish. I don't know.
You grab something squishy?
I guess so. It shouldn't be squishy.
What was I grabbing? Like it was a stone, right?
A stone bench.
Yeah.
It was a stone bench, but maybe it was like Play-Doh or something like that. It just went squish.
Are there any like rocks or anything around nearby?
Sure. Rocks, trees. Some of the
Maybe he's
animal
gonna
enclosures are ringed by metal.
maybe he's gonna grab like a small rock and be like, "Here, Cameron." I know Cameron's name, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Here, Cam. Take. See, does this feel squishy? He just tosses it to him.
Uh, is this like Play-Doh too?
What would happen? Is it like a regular
Well,
rock?
Yeah,
What I will say
like
is
a
make
regular rock.
me a might attack roll. I will say this will be considered an attack that you aren't really hitting anything. And I will say that for a stall in this size, we'll say the difficulty will be, well, the stone. It's like 6.
6? Okay.
Yes. Because stones are not malleable.
All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Go down difficulty. Oh, perfect. That was a 9. So so because of the 4 shifts, W pass.
All right. As you grab hold, you don't even begin to really apply a considerable amount of pressure. It's almost like it's almost like holding on to something made out of clay. And as you begin to squeeze, the stone begins to crumble apart. And within seconds, really, as you bring your fingers closer to your hand, the stone crumbles as if you were crushing crackers. And you begin to once you open your hand, just a fine powder of gray stone and rock falls out.
Yeah. See, I think this is a prop. This is supposed to be for like a play or something.
Must be some really dry Play-Doh.
Mm,
Hmm.
but I don't know.
Is there something larger nearby that's like not bolted to the ground?
Um, not free. You can find larger rocks if you want trees, metals from the enclosures, but there aren't any freestanding things. You can find signs and things like that, but
How big is
nothing.
Cameron
no.
anyway?
Oh, cameras like up to Rowan's and Hannah's belly button.
Okay, so really tiny, like 3 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
Hey.
Cameron shouldn't be able to pick up anybody, really, at that age, at that size. Normally.
Normally, yeah. Normally, yeah. Normally.
Hmm.
Well, I'm not a prop. Are you able to like pick me up?
What?
Just put your hand. Here, let me squat. I'll sit on the ground. See if you can lift me up. Here, put your hands under my armpits. Just lift me up like I'm a bag.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry if I've never done this before.
Don't be nervous. It's okay.
Okay.
And yeah, they'll go next to her and then gently try to lift.
Those tiny hands.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I will say this will be. I'll say it's a difficulty 4 task.
We're good.
All right, you go and you just go to pick Mindy up and you brace yourself as if you are going to do a heavy bit of lifting. But as you kind of grab hold of their waist, they almost come off the ground as if they didn't weigh anything. You kind of just grab hold and you almost, it takes you a moment of effort and unconscious thought to prevent yourself from releasing her as you pick her off the ground. And as you're holding her up, it's almost as if you aren't holding anything. The weight might as well not be there.
Wow, you're strong, Cameron.
Oh, okay. I'm going to gently put you back down now, because I don't know what's happening. And they're going to slowly bring her down to the ground. Like, okay, you're not a prop, so
You've been working out, Cam?
No, just Hannah was teaching me how to punch, but I don't think that's for picking up.
Yeah, that's totally different. Yeah. You okay? So you're super strong. That's awesome.
Wait, oh, so we're all changed. We're from the green stuff. This is a good thing or a bad thing?
I guess it depends. Are you okay with it?
Well, I guess I don't have to worry about getting bullied anymore.
Yeah,
True.
the lady though that caught me as we were leaving, she really didn't want me to leave. And they were setting up like a big tent. I think they want to keep everybody here. So, I do think if we don't want to stay here, we should go. And if the school's not going, then I don't know. But
These people seem weird. I don't know if I want to stay with these people.
I don't want to stay here.
Mm-mm.
What about you, Rowan? Do you want to go?
Well, you know, the idea of being a guinea pig is not a positive thought, just in case, as Hannah said, they were trying to collect everybody. That usually from history standpoint usually means somebody's about to be a guinea pig. I say we go back to the school, or at least back to our classes, and if they're leaving, we leave. If not, I will call an Uber.
Okay. Just so I can see, can you make fire again?
I'm trying really hard to not be noticeable. I don't think fire is what we need right now.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, how do we go, how do we get back to the class? Well, what did they find us if we go back to the class?
Let's get out of here first, and then can I start worrying about the rest of it?
So Uber?
Can I look around and can I see, like, you said a lot of the teachers were missing. Does it look like any of the classes are making their way back onto the bus? Or does it seem like this is not going anywhere?
None of them are making their way back to the bus, but as y'all have been talking, more of them have been kind of regrouping. You see, at first it was led by kind of some of the older kids, but then over time, more of the teachers have appeared. You see Mr. Johnson going around, and you can see the classes are forming up, but they are not moving towards any of the buses. They are kind of, you see them calling out and calling for different people and getting a head count and things like that.
Okay. Is it more noticeable if we leave without getting back on the bus? Or we go back, fall in line, and we can pretend that we never left the classroom at all?
Well, if we don't go back, they'll count us as tardy and then call our parents.
I'll call my parents.
Yeah, but
I don't have any parents.
and wrap my arm around Cam.
Oh, you poor thing.
Well, then they would contact like your current guardian.
Orphanage?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well. Maybe they'll notice. But I guess I can stay with you. I think I could get away because no one will really notice. But I think it's safer if we stay together because I like you all and you all are nice.
So Uber?
If that's what you guys think is best, yeah.
I don't have a car, so like probably better.
I mean, I didn't drive over. My car's still back at the school.
Yeah.
I don't have any money.
It's okay. Then I'll order an Uber like just a little bit outside of like the zone. Just so that we can walk that way to get it and not be picked up by anybody at the front gate.
Okay, so it sounds like you all would like to leave. So in order to do this, you will need to either sneak past everyone who is at the main kind of entranceway to the zoo, or find an alternative exit. Which would you all like to do?
Let me check something real quick.
Probably sneak. Sneak is probably the best one, I'm thinking. That's about speed.
I don't think there's a way to get through the main gate.
Yeah, not secretly.
No.
I'm checking something. Stupid thing didn't. No, it must be in my OneNote here.
So
apparently not. Never mind. Keep going.
Yeah.
So, do you all wish to try to sneak past them, or trying to find an alternative? All right. If you're going to try to sneak out, I will say this is going to be based on your speed pool. And it's naturally going to be a stealth-based roll, and I will say the difficulty is going to be 6. There's a lot of people at the entrance, and kind of going past them and not being noticed is going to be difficult.
I have dexterity, which means I can ease movement and acrobatics. Does that lower that for me? Is that what ease does?
Yes, I would say that would apply to this. So that means it'll go down 1. So for you to be difficulty 5.
All right.
What's the number we have to roll?
18 or better, 15 for Hannah.
Unless you apply a level of effort.
Yes. A level of effort is something you can do.
Yeah, I'll apply a level of effort because
How do you apply a level of effort?
You can spend up to 3 points from your pool. If you have an edge in speed, that will reduce that by 1 down to 2 points. But you will spend that from your speed pool, and
I don't have an edge in speed.
That it'll be 3 points from that pool, and it'll bring your difficulty down by 1.
Which would make the roll then
15 or better.
Okay, I'll do that. How do I mark the pool off?
Just reduce the pool by 3. The current number, not the maximum number, or the current number, not the pool number.
Okay. What is math?
Maybe you don't hurt me.
All right. So, what numbers do we have? Do we get successes? 1 success.
Oh, I thought you were about to say you rolled a 1. No, I rolled a 14, so I failed.
What was the number?
For you,
15 if you had the thing.
I had a 6.
On the dot, luckily.
So, all right. What I will offer. 2 of you have succeeded in Rowan and Cameron. 2 of you have made it. So I will offer Hannah and Mindy the opportunity to push this roll. You can make the roll again with any modifiers. But if you fail, something bad will happen.
Yeah, I think I see how desperate this is, that if we don't get out this way and now we're going to be stuck here and they're going to find us. So yeah, I'll push it.
All right.
Got 17.
Yay!
5.
Oh no.
Okay. So Rowan, Mindy, and Cameron, as the 5 of you actually are attempting to sneak out, you all manage to make your way around the entrance, and you can see the people. You make it to where the people in the hazmat suits are. And as you get closer, Rowan, Mindy, and Cameron, you all are able to make it through pretty quickly. And as you all are passing, you see that one of the people in the hazmat suits is holding a device that looks almost like a laptop or phone connected to a air horn almost. And as you all pass, you hear the beeping sound that it's making go up. And it's as soon as Hannah begins to pass that the person holding it turns around and they catch sight of Hannah. And as they do, they kind of turn their body with him. And the device is pointing directly at Hannah, and it goes off like a siren almost. And as they do that, you can see the person goes, get her. And as they do, all of the people are going to start to make their way towards you, Hannah. Yes, Rowan?
Can I make the device shatter by using shatter?
What does shatter do?
Small mundane item composed of homogeneous matter. Object explodes in immediate radius. Or at least try to damage it enough.
Yes, you can, Rowan. However, I'm going to take this opportunity to do a GM intrusion. So as this happens, Rowan, without really thinking about it, you focus, and this device in this person's hands begins to tremble, and it explodes into a shower of sparks. And as you see, almost in slow motion, the sparks hit the ground next to this overturned truck, this overturned vehicle. And as the sparks fall, a flame is ignited. And you can see a small fire begin to spread along this fuel line towards the truck. And everyone is going to call out and begin to run from this truck before it can explode. Rowan, you get an experience point, and you can assign another experience point to anyone of your choosing. Hannah, you would have gotten that as well, so don't forget to pick a person.
I will pick Cameron.
And I will pick Mindy.
Oh.
All right, so as this flame begins to crawl towards this overturned truck, what do you all want to do?
Run.
Yeah, I was say it seems like we're in an immediate danger zone. So Mindy's probably gonna be like yelling "run."
What's
May have to take
happening?
more drastic measures if possible, but it's an emergency.
Only Cameron knows about flames and fire trucks, so I don't. Oh, yeah, Cameron would understand that fire going to a fuel tank would mean explosion. Yeah, they're not owning up for that. So I think they're
Just grabbing Cameron and being like, let's go now.
Come on, we really got to go.
Okay. So, this vehicle is going to explode. So, I need for you all to either make a speed defense roll or a might defense roll. A speed defense roll will represent your ability to avoid the explosion, to take cover behind something or anything like that. A might defense roll will represent your ability to kind of survive or to take the damage directly. But I'm going to say this is an explosion from a car, so this is going to start at difficulty 8. And you guys are going to have to go from there. Actually, I will say difficulty 7 because there are other things around you that will take the explosion. This isn't an open field, so it'll be difficulty 7.
Oh.
How far away from the car are we?
As you were sneaking, you were within 10 feet.
Oh, yeah. That's a little close.
All right. Well, I'm trained in both might defense and speed defense. So it would be the same either way for me, right?
Yes, it'll go down by 1.
Right. So that would be a 5. No, that'd be 6.
It'll go down from 7 to 6, yes.
What was your shifts, by the way, Guy? Your
Shifts? I hold on.
Is everybody within reach of each other?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, everybody, I have an idea.
We'll talk about it, right? Yeah. So
Yes, Mindy, what's your idea?
Grab onto each other.
I'm going to say you all don't have the time to have a full conversation here, as this is all happening pretty quickly. So
Okay.
you all have to decide what to do.
Okay, I'm just reading something real quick.
And
Okay.
Guy, the reason.
I wanna use teleportation and expend a little extra effort. But also, like leading into that, my other Mindy disappears.
Okay.
And then I'm going to try to teleport with extra effort to bring the other 3 with me.
Okay. So for this, you are going to need to touch everyone.
Really? It
So,
doesn't actually say
does
that,
it?
though. I was thinking that was the case, but then I read it and it just
Yes,
says...
it says at the end you must touch any additional targets.
Oh, okay. So that's I think that's why I was asking everybody to grab hands.
So what I will say, give me a speed defense roll. This will be to see if you can reach out towards each person quickly enough for this, as you see all of this happening.
Would it be enough if everyone was linked hands and I was touching at least one of them? Because then,
Sure, I allow it. I will allow that.
Yeah, because I'm already holding Cameron's hand.
Okay. So I will say the difficulty on this is going to be a difficulty 3, since you all are already close to each other.
15.
All right. So in this brief moment where time almost seems to freeze, without really thinking about it, Mindy, you reach forward and you can almost feel as another person bridges the gap between you and the other members of your group. And just as you feel your hands make contact with them, all of space seems to collapse in on itself before exploding, almost like a rubber band snapping. And what place was Mindy thinking about at that moment?
She was thinking about home.
Then, in that moment, as your mind thinks of your home, of your safety, you all feel as if for a brief moment you're everywhere and nowhere all at once. And as your minds begin to process what that means, you suddenly find yourself standing in Mindy's room. Mindy, what do they see?
They would see a nicely made bed. Mindy likes to keep a clean room. And she's got her little computer schoolwork desk over here, kind of minimal. Maybe a bookshelf with some stuff, and I forgot was I don't think Mindy was cheerleader. Cheerleader. Maybe some cheer stuff. And then, it's all like light colors too. So like whites and pinks and that kind of thing for the most part. Maybe some stuffed animals over in that corner of the bed.
All right.
Mr. Bubbles, the T-Rex.
All right. And as you all realize that you've changed locations, we are going to go on break. So we will return in, we'll say, 10 minutes to continue our story and see just what happens next with our young heroes. Thank you for joining us. Take care of all that you need to do, and I will be back to continue this story soon.
Yes, I love it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. So, we are going to be returning to our story just as we left off, as our group arrives in the bedroom of one Mindy Maxcroft. You all have covered quite a distance, but for now, everything seems calm. I leave the scene to the four of you.
Where are we?
Wait, when did you get a new bedspread?
Thank you for noticing. Last week.
Oh, that's why I haven't seen it yet.
It's been busy, But yes, Cameron, this is my room, and that's a good question. I'm not exactly sure how we got here. I just had a weird feeling that I should grab somebody's. We should all grab hands, and then we are here.
Your room is so nice and pretty.
Yeah,
Thank you.
maybe we'll adopt you. I think I'm gonna talk to my parents about that. I can't promise anything though, so don't get too excited. All right.
Oh, okay. Are you gonna find me here? They seem to want me.
I don't think anybody's gonna find us here, Hannah. They don't. I mean, I don't even know how we got here. Like, I just, that was weird. But I'm sure everybody's gonna be looking for us now. So should probably. Where's my phone? Call my parents. My parents know I'm okay. There's some weird stuff happening at the like ring ring mom.
So you took us here. You thought of your room, and now, so you could go anywhere. You could go anywhere in the world.
I guess. I don't know. I'm a little tired though. It's kind of.
Oh,
But maybe it's just been a long day,
can we go? Can you take us to France tomorrow?
I don't know. Maybe? I don't know. I've never been to France before. Seems like a cool idea.
You never left the city, and now if you could do it, you go anywhere. Right? Wow. This is.
I think I saw a movie about this one time. I can't remember the name. I think it started with a J.
Besides, it might be safer in France than it is here, because they're looking for Hannah.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. Do you speak French?
Oh no,
No.
it maybe not France.
I mean, we could learn a new language though.
We
Yeah.
could go to Toronto. They speak English, and it's across the border.
Never been to Canada. I hear nice things. Except it's cold sometimes, right? I mean, I guess it's cold here too.
I worry
No.
about the moose.
As long as it's not on the loose.
Well, what about a goose?
Oh no, those are very nasty birds.
Yeah.
These are
And
scary.
I don't know. I don't know if Canada's great. Geese and moose.
A goose on the loose with a moose? That's... Ugh. As long as they don't come after my caboose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, at least we're safe. Hannah, do you know how they found you?
They had a thing. I think that Rowan, we had to talk about that. You blew up the thing. It was a it was like a scanner or something. I felt like it was in like ET or they had like a Geiger counter or something, and then all of a sudden they pointed at me and it started getting really, really loud, and then Rowan blew it up.
I really just wanted the noise to stop. It was very loud.
It was terrible noise. Terrible noise.
I wonder if the tankers blew up and she's gonna get on her phone and see if hey, E.T. is a classic film. Classic film. She's gonna look and see on the interwebs if there's anything about a vehicle blowing up near the zoo.
Ouch.
You begin to search, and you don't see anything from any of the news organizations. But as you search through social media, you begin to pick up tweets from two of the major news organizations, both tweeting about a vehicle explosion at the zoo. You aren't able to find a lot of details, but you do see that there are people who are reporting that parts of the zoo are now on fire. The windows and glass have been blown out. There are injuries. You aren't sure how many, but it is a very, you are in the moment of chaos and unknown information. So it's going to be difficult for you to find out what's true and what's actually going on unless you go back.
Well, either it's blew up and part of the zoo is on fire, or it hasn't and everything's fine.
I don't want to go back. There were people with like green veins on the ground. I don't know what that means. So I didn't see any of the teachers.
Yeah, I was like, I need an adult, just not these adults.
Is Auntie here? Or is she at work?
Let's find out. I'll open the door and start wandering around the house.
You look around and you don't see her. You see there are some things that are kind of half done. You see there is the sink is filled with water and soap as if someone had just been in the middle of washing dishes. You see the TV is on and it's currently doing a news report that is live reporting of what's going on at the zoo, but you don't see her.
That's... Look over to Rowan. This is weird, right?
I mean a bit. And Rowan's gonna like scoot over while they're talking to finish up the dishes so Auntie's not mad about the dishes when she gets home.
Auntie never leaves dishes, and she never, ever would leave the TV on.
What channel's it on? We'll know if she's been taken.
It's a news report of the zoo. You can see there's a person in a kind of a long, what looks like almost a hazmat suit, though not the same shiny material as the one that you saw. It's more like a a parka like material, and they're kind of standing in front of the TV and going on. They are talking about. It's just in. There's been reports of a vehicle explosion. Several people are being taken down to the hospital with signs of unknown injuries. Several other schools have been here for a trip or field trip of some sort, and some students are missing. You can check the ticker below to find out if anyone has been missing from any of the following schools, and you can see as they say that the little stanchion at the bottom begins to go off with a bunch of different schools and the names, some saying safe, some saying unknown. As you watch, after a while, you see your 4 names go across with status unknown next to them. If you are needing any help, people are being taken to either university hospitals or university emergency. You can make your way down there, though I'm told that it is best to only arrive if you are in need. They are going to be shutting things down here, and traffic is going to be very difficult. And you see them continue on with the news report.
You better text her.
I'm just gonna call her. Ring, ring, ring. Trying to call Auntie.
It rings. Then you hear the phone connect, and then you can hear what sounds like people in the background calling and screaming. You can see people calling out, and it's all muffled through the phone. But then you hear a voice go, "Oh, Mindy, where are you?"
I'm at home.
You're at home. How? Stay there. Oh, it's just people. And you could hear the sound of traffic and chaos coming through the line. And as you hear her, she goes, "Oh my, how am I supposed to get out of, I'll be there. Just stay there." And she disconnects the line.
Do you have a mop? I think I might just want to mop the floors before she gets home.
I probably something. Let me go look in the closet.
What about your parents? Don't you two have parents that are worried?
Oh shoot! She's gonna text her dad. Be like, safe, bounced with Mindy and some friends to get coffee after the zoo. I'm not there. I'm at Mindy's. With a little heart.
What are you D100?
Oh no. Don't have a D100. Why do you do this to me? It's the one thing that I didn't pull out of my bag. Why would you do this to me?
Because I can.
This is a travesty. That is
Can.
Like 2 games,
as I put-
2 surprise D100 rolls throughout the party. This now has to be
61.
You receive a text message in response. He goes, "All right, I'm going to come and pick you up. Stay put."
She just texts "love you" with a little heart.
Anyone else?
Anna, what about you?
I look at my phone, I pull it out, and I scroll down to my mom's number, and I think about the people who were saying "get her," and the really loud siren and all of the hazmat suits, and it's like when it's okay, when I know that they're not gonna go to her to look for me, and she won't get hurt, and we don't know what this stuff is, and we saw all those people. What if we're contagious?
Contagious with what?
Well, it hurt all those other people.
That's true.
So you're saying if we're around other people, we might make them sick?
I don't know. I don't want my mom to get hurt.
Well, maybe you should call your mom. and let her know that you're okay and that she doesn't need to be there.
But she might go to the zoo and look for you there. If they're looking for you at the zoo, they might do something to your mom, right?
Well, I called my grandma or auntie because I didn't want her to be over there, but I was a little slow.
Yeah, okay. I'll call my mom.
He rings, and just as it gets to the fourth ring, you can hear the phone connect, and you hear someone talking from what sounds like a good distance away. You can't quite make out the words, and a moment later, you hear your mother's voice go, "Hold on, Hannah, where are you? Where are you?"
I'm okay. I'm not at the zoo anymore. I'm okay. It's gonna be fine. I'm okay, and I'll see you soon. Okay. I'm not in
Where,
danger.
where, where are you? Where are you?
I'm at a friend's house. We got out before it all got bad. I don't.
Which friend? I'm coming to pick you up right now. Which
No.
friend?
You should
Where,
stay.
where are you?
I kind of look over to Mindy. She wants to know where I am. She wants to know
Oh,
where I am.
it's okay. Just tell her you're at my house.
You're okay with that?
Yeah, she's not crazy, is she?
No. My mom's a sweetheart.
Great. It's fine.
I'm. Do you know Mindy?
Yes. Are you at Mindy's house? Just stay put. I'm on my way. And she, you hear the receiver click, and she disconnects the call.
So my mom's coming.
See, now everything's okay. You'll have your mom. And it seems like everyone's good. Go.
I I can ask my mom if you can stay for so you don't have to go back after everything. At least for a little bit.
Nobody would notice if I'm gone.
Because you're a ninja, right?
Yes. The ninja. Thank you. I can say what I don't have. So that is not something I have to worry about.
Hannah, your phone begins ringing.
Do I recognize the number?
I would say so. You recognize it's Fiona's number.
Um. Well, after everything else, all the phone calls I made, might as well answer this one too. Hello?
Hannah, are you there? I'm looking for Cameron. Have you seen him at the zoo? The teacher said that they haven't seen him since just before things went all crazy.
Yeah. No. He's fine. He's I think he's gonna stay for just a couple days with me and my mom. Just it was it was a lot, and can he stay a couple days?
Yeah. I think that might be better for the moment. Just look after him, okay?
Yeah. Do you want to talk to him?
No, not right now. I'll call back later.
How about you just say hi? I think that would be nice. Maybe. No, I get it. You're busy.
It would be better if I did not at the moment. All right, I'll call back later.
Oh, okay. Um, I look at Cameron. Fiona was fine if you wanted to stay with us for a couple days. She said that'd be good.
That was Fiona?
Yeah,
Where is she at?
she didn't say.
You think she might be back at the zoo?
Um, Maybe it was. She did sound worried.
Uh-oh. I, I didn't see her at the zoo with among the gathering, the students, the classmates, but did, I wonder if she got caught in the explosion too.
I don't know. Maybe. Um, at least she was, talking. So I don't think she was like the other ones.
Can you text her and ask if she needs help?
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah. Um, I just text Fiona, hey, if you need help. Like, no, I say, we can help if you need.
You send the message.
Well, uh, I don't know about you all, but this is the weirdest day I've ever seen. I know I'm only 11, well, but this is really weird, right? I mean, this is not supposed to happen, right?
Probably not.
Okay. Well, what
Yeah,
was
I mean,
she?
a little unusual, I'd say, maybe.
Where did your twin go?
You know, I don't know. I noticed that she, like, when uh, right before I grabbed, uh, right before I grabbed Rowan's hand, she poofed on me. Oh, darn it. That means she left my clothes at the. Oh, that's fine. I get another shirt.
Well, can you bring her back? Do you know where she went?
It's a good question. I wonder. Hmm. But if it's anything like last time, I'm probably going to. Ooh, I know. I'm gonna like go over to the walk-in closet and go inside and close the door and create a duplicate. Well,
Okay.
create a superior duplicate.
So you concentrate on this. You search for the connection to your abilities, the feeling that came over you in the midst of that cloud, and as you do, it doesn't so much as feel as something is created as if it feels more akin to gaining control over a limb that you hadn't realized had fallen asleep. And within a moment, another copy of you is standing next to you.
If this is where the door is still closed in the closet, and you guys might be able to hear it. Well, hi, Mindy. You're looking good. You're looking pretty good too. I think we look really good. Mindy, we need to get you some clothes, okay, first, because your friends are out there and can't have you just like walking around in the buff again. Huh?
I think it was at that
Oh,
point
yeah.
Cameron grabs Hannah's hands and just slowly brings it up to his eyes so he can't see.
Well, they're in the closed closet. They're in the closed, right?
Just to be on the safe side. Just to be on the safe side. He's just like,
I'll pat your shoulder while you're going into my hand. Like it's okay though this time. I think.
And then, like, she got dressed fairly quickly. Just pull on some leggings and a shirt, and be like, I'm back.
You can always have a twin. That must be one of the best things ever. You would never get lonely now.
I mean, maybe it's not really. It doesn't really feel like a twin, but I mean, Mindy here is like, for all intents and purposes, I feel like me.
Well, what would you call that?
I mean, we're connected, I guess.
Do you, does she, do you remember what happened to the last other twin?
Well, I the other and the new Mindy's like, I just remember that she vanished as we were leaving, and it was kind of a blur, you know. Everything just kind of went, and then we showed up here, and that's all I remember about that.
So when you poofed, you didn't go anywhere.
I guess I don't remember actually doing the poofing. I remember seeing it, because she's remembering it from the Prime Mindy, right? The Mindy Prime. I remember like kind of having I think it was strange. Like I was worried about escaping the 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 stuff, because we were worried that the car was going to explode, and we were just like, we need to get out of here. And then Mindy number 2 just poofed as we disappeared. It was weird. I don't really. I don't know. I think maybe. I think maybe we can come and go as needed. I'm not sure. We're gonna have to play around with this a little bit more.
I was thinking the same thing. Like,
Mindy's like, and then Mindy number 1, as like Cameron's talking, is like, "Ooh, that's a good idea, Mindy. Hold on a second." She runs back in the closet and closes the door, and comes back out with another Mindy.
Okay, they can't all be named Mindy. You have to change it because I'm going to get confused.
And they all speak in tandem. Why not?
Oh, you need to get before your mom comes home.
Rowan, are you the oldest?
This is gonna make going to class so much easier.
How do you decide which one goes to class?
Exactly.
I'm older by like 6 months.
I mean, like,
Well, I guess I'm older than them by like 16 years.
But they're also you, so aren't they? Oh, my brain was not meant for this today.
It's a lot. There's
it
some
just
real serious ethical contemplations to be had here.
what? That's a big word.
She's like a starfish.
Oh, I can do
Like
so
a
much stuff
flatworm.
now. Do so many things. I can. Oh,
You
I can
could,
do all my homework at once.
or you could single-handedly replace everybody in the theater.
It's true. Or the cheer squad.
Hey,
Well, we couldn't ever replace you, Rowan.
you fall one time and they make you. Well, what are we gonna do if your mom comes in and sees 2 more of you that she did not birth? There's gonna be questions.
She's not going to see him.
How much is
Maybe
this
they could
is
start on
suppo-
your homework.
That's true. That's true.
Is this
Maybe
supposed to
one,
be
maybe
a
two.
secret?
We've got
Is
some work to do.
Is this supposed to be a secret?
Is what's supposed to be a secret, Cammy?
What, what, what we could do?
Oh, well, I don't know if it's supposed to be, but I would probably think it's a good idea to maybe not tell everybody about it.
I mean the people at the place with the scanners and the loud noises and the tents and the hazmat suits. I probably not.
Yeah, they're trying to do stuff to Hannah. I don't. I want to. I can't have. I mean, in fact, I think that it probably is within our best interest to find out who these people are, because it seems like they're looking for us or people like us. I don't know. I don't know if there are other. I wonder if there are other people like us.
Let me borrow your laptop. There was a name on that truck.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna attempt to Google the company I saw on the side of the truck.
Sure. You are able to type it into Google just fine. The name shows up, and it is for Metacorp, a company that is new to the Cleveland area, though it is not new in the United States as a whole. You know that it is a company that is specializing in gene manipulation and kind of a new medical science. It has been rather controversial. As you just Google through, you can see there's many different news articles, both seeing praises of the company as well as its detractors. Is there something specific you would like to look for?
General information. It looks like we're dealing with Umbrella Court Light.
What's Umbrella Corp?
You know, from the zombie games. But not zombies. They're like a gene company.
Oh, you mean like science stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. I think, yeah, I remember. Oh, these people, this place is awesome. I remember seeing this and being like, and seeing them at the career fair and being like, this place is totally wrong to work after college.
Yes, but they spilled goo, and now we do unusual things, and other people possibly are dead.
Yeah, it's not so great. I mean,
And they tried to kidnap Hannah.
that is also double not so great.
I wonder if they have a competitor and you can apply at them.
I mean, could always infiltrate them and, you know, I don't know, find out what they know.
Figure out what they did to us.
It's true. Yeah, find out there. I'm sure. I wonder if they even know that they can do this.
Well, they had a scanner, right? And was able to to see Hannah, and I guess that's because Hannah's different. So if they have a scanner, that means we are not strange to them.
It's a good point, Cammy. That's a good point.
And
Wonder. I wonder if they have these scanners like all over the place, or if they're like a special scanner that they have to like carry around. You know, if they're looking for it. Like, I wonder if you just like walked into their like office, if it would be like, beep beep beep, weirdo alert, and then just like all the like dudes in hazmat suits would just run out and like tackle you.
They're not cops, right?
No,
Or like,
I don't know.
no, definitely not. They're definitely not cops.
well, they won't, because our name was on the list of says unknown. So if we appear at school, if we go to school, they won't like show up and try to take us away, right?
Well, I mean, they didn't really know a whole lot about Hannah, right? Because I think Hannah's the only one that they were kind of looking at, and they don't really. Did you give them your name, Hannah?
I didn't give my name to anybody. I mean, you guys didn't give your names to anybody, right?
But we did mention we were looking for our friend Hannah.
It
But
was a
there's a lot of
lady.
Hannahs, you know. I mean,
Her name. Oh, can I see your laptop?
sure, Cammy.
They're going to Google the name Sarah from Medicorp because they introduced her name
Sarah
Sarah as a.
Sarah was an EMT worker. She was not one of the other
Oh,
people.
You sure? That's sure what she said. Did I put that in my notes wrong?
okay.
Sarah was the EMT worker that was carrying the large medical bag over her shoulder.
Did the lady gave her name?
None of the people in the silvery hazmat suits gave it. You can speak to any of them.
So the lady that was asking us questions, was she the EMT or she was someone else?
She was the EMT. And her name Sarah was the one asking you
Oh.
the questions, and she was the EMT.
She was the EMT. Yeah. She was the one that didn't want us to leave. Okay. Okay, so that clarifies.
Well, so Sarah didn't ask our names, but she was just, looked like she worked at the hospital. She didn't look like she was part of the company. So,
Well, that's a bonus.
so I think we're okay.
Okay. I mean, I was just gonna tell my mom that we left early or whatever. You know, we were like, we didn't leave early, but like we were on our way out when this happened, and you know, because it was like, you know, because everyone was freaking out, we just were like, oh man, and we grabbed an Uber.
I told my dad we dipped for coffee.
There you go. That works better.
Yeah, we left for coffee. I look at Cam.
During our lunch break.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then as we were coming back, like we saw what was going on, and we're like, no, thank you.
I can drink coffee.
It's okay. They have non-caffeinated beverages.
Oh, okay.
I'll get you like a smoothie.
Eh.
It's so we have, so no one can ask us questions, right? We can say where we were and then we're good.
Yeah.
Right?
We were at the zoo and then we left for coffee and we were gone when it all happened. And then we didn't go back because it was scary.
I just have one idea. Can we practice what we could do? Because I could tell Hannah you were really scared when whatever happened. And it seems like Mindy's what are those? What is it called? What are these called? Are they powers? Like from from comic books? Is that what this is?
I mean, I guess that was probably the best way to think of them. Maybe. I don't think I can fly though. I haven't tried. Let me see. No flying.
I
Dang.
just don't want, like Hannah, I don't want you to be sad or upset like before. Are you Roy? Because you were on fire and you were really scared, and I don't want you to feel scared. So I think maybe we should practice so that we don't scare ourselves or other people.
Well, we shouldn't practice here.
I don't want to burn down Mindy's house.
That is appreciated.
Yes. Thank you for letting us stay here. Well, right now.
You're welcome.
What?
It's fine. I mean, like, that was just crazy what was going on there. So like, obviously, I can't leave my friends and everybody just like laying around. If the rest of the school was there, I was just like, well, I don't know. It's just some of them I could have left there. I don't like them all.
Thanks.
I don't even know if I can bring everybody. I was surprised when I could bring you guys. I didn't know I could do
I'm glad
that.
you did. I'm glad that you did. It seems like something scary was about to happen way we were running.
Right? I mean, it was already pretty scary with the whole explosion in the truck, and
The truck blew up?
well, I mean, tipped over, right? Like all like green goopy stuff.
Oh yeah.
Then and I didn't say thank you, but I looked to Rowan and Mindy like thank you both. You would have you got me you turned off the big loud thing, and that's when the second truck exploded. There's one that fell with the goop, and then the other one that Rowan got to light on fire, which is also very cool.
Yeah, maybe we don't do that all the time. I think
mean,
that was just an accident.
That's an
It was
accident.
scary, but it wasn't okay. It might have been bad, but we got away.
Mhm.
It's true. We did
Yeah.
get away. It was pretty cool. Like we're kind of awesome. I mean, with this new stuff, that I think Cammy's right. Does it kind of makes us superheroes. I mean, if I'm being honest.
But think about that. I was just trying to see if we could practice because I saw Hannah's and Rowan's face when things happen. I didn't want you two to feel scared or afraid. But I guess we could be, we could be superheroes.
Be something pretty cool, huh? I mean, I bet you never thought you were gonna be a superhero. It's kind of awesome, huh?
Yeah.
See, good things do happen.
I don't know if I want to be a superhero.
Well, I mean, I guess we could go talk to Medicorp. Maybe they got a cure.
Well, why do I have to have powers and be a superhero? Can I just have powers and also be like a marine biologist?
I never thought of that. I guess I don't see why not.
And
Huh? Have powers and not be a super. That's cool. I like that. Yeah. Just be a super powered marine biologist.
it would have been cool if I could talk to fish.
Oh, well, who knows? Maybe you'll find some more green goopy stuff and learn how to talk to fish.
I might be able to. We don't know.
Oh yeah. I mean, you haven't spent a lot of time around fish yet now, so like, hard to say, right?
Rowan, what do you think about this whole superhero thing?
It's not a bad idea, but I think maybe that work in progress. Work in progress. Like if we happen to stop like a mugging, that's cool. But also, we have to get good grades, and we also have to go to college because my dad will be upset if I don't go to college.
Mm,
And also, we don't have any like equipment or anything because like doesn't like Batman have like a lot of fancy gear?
Yeah, he's also really rich. Well, are you too rich? Do you have like a Batmobile we can use?
I mean, I'm pretty sure my dad is not going to let me go into his garage and borrow any of his cars.
Okay,
I mean, I
so
have
no
my
Batmobile.
car, but it's like not like it's not it's like it's nothing like Batman. It's just a vehicle. Oh dang it, that's still at the school.
yeah. It's okay though. Like we'll figure it out. Like at least it's not at the zoo,
Oh, thank heavens.
right?
Yeah, I think we probably wouldn't get it back if it was still at the zoo, at least for a while. Probably.
Yeah,
I'm
that's fair.
pretty sure my dad could get it back.
Anna, did you get a text back from Fiona?
Did Fiona text me back?
No.
Um, she was. She sounded like maybe something was going on, and she was really busy. I'm sure she'll text back. Um, I'll send another message, and this time I'll say, Cam just wanted to check in, make sure you were okay.
You send the message.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, we gotta figure out what we're doing. Are we going to school tomorrow, or are we going out and buying capes? Like, what do we do?
I vote we go to school and we meet up after school.
Yeah, maybe we can be like, maybe this will be like our secret identity, right? Nobody, no, we don't need to share it, with other people, unless we really feel like it's necessary. It's just gonna be too many questions.
And if they know about it, then they could tell the MedCorp people.
That's true. That's true. They could do that.
Is that when they would turn us into guinea pigs?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they could, yeah. I don't want to be a guinea pig. I don't know about you.
I don't like needles.
I mean, if I were an actual guinea pig, like someone's pet in their house with a really nice enclosure, I mean, the life of a guinea pig doesn't sound so bad. I mean, you get fed, you have nice bedding, some little ball to run around in. But the kind of guinea pig y'all are talking about, no.
Yeah, Mr. Guinea Pig, he's not home right now.
And as you all are having these conversations, your parents and guardians begin to arrive. I think this is where we'll end our story for the evening. So once again, I would like to thank my wonderful players helping me tell this wonderful superhero adventure. And I want to thank those of you who are still with us for tuning in. And I hope you enjoyed what you saw. So we'll go ahead and let everyone tell you once again where you can find them on the internet. And then we'll go ahead and wrap this adventure up for the evening. And we will start with Small Shadow Snack.
Hi, again, I am Ari. I am here to torment Ree almost every time I get the option. But you can find me at Twitter at Small Shadow Snack, and also check us out over on the Gremlin Collective on November 5th, because Undead in Dallas is back for its season 2. It's taken a while, but we are back. But that's it. And if Twitter implodes, I'm over on Blue Sky as well.
All right, next up, Sir Monolith.
I am Sir Monolith, and you can find me on Twitter and Blue Sky under the same at Sir Monolith. Yeah, pretty much just find me here on Ree's channel now. Hopefully adding some more stuff in the future, but for now, here I am.
All right, next up, Kira.
Hi, so I'm Kira858. This, of course, has been a blast. You can find me on Twitter at TheKira858, Blue Sky as well, and Threads, TheKira858. In terms of content, you can always find our TTRPGs on the YouTubes at the Cookout TTRPG, as well as twitch.tv/TheKira858. We've been on a bit of a hiatus, but there may be some content coming out in the future. But of course, there's something the big avenue that we've been working on has, of course, been our comic book company that we've been working to debut. So keep an eye out as our first comics should hopefully be coming out within the next couple of months. And we're super excited for that to debut. But yeah, that's me.
Right, last but certainly not least, Diacomaniac.
Hi, I'm Di. You can find me in places, Dichromaniac. I mostly live on Tumblr now as I wait for the social media wars for the battle to get waged and figure out who comes up on top, because it's a lot to keep up with. And then, yes, November 5th, check out Gremlin Collective stuff, but otherwise, I will be here.
All right, and with that, once again, I say thank you for joining us tonight, and make sure to join us again next week as we continue our adventures as our young heroes determine what to do next with their new lives.
Schooler.